In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to launch a candle business or even a new product or collection. My name's Danny and I started my candle business in 2020 and I've learned a lot along the way. So I want to share with you my tips on a successful launch day. First and foremost, I need to mention testing. Testing is very important because you want to know the quality is good of a product that you're going to be selling to the public, especially when it has to deal with fire and it's basically a little pet fire in people's homes. It's something that you want for peace of mind on your conscience, and as a professional candle maker and as a business, you want to know that you're creating a safe and quality product. This even goes for a new vessel, a new fragrance oil, and a new scent that you're coming out, a new collection. It's a lot of using your own supplies to make sure that this product is going to perform correctly in people's homes. And this is just a really big part of the process that will give you the confidence and make you more excited if you know your product is good when it comes to launch time, so it's even more genuine. Don't rush the process. Number 2 is market research. Understand your audience. What type of person would be into your candles? Do they have the same interest as you? Are you going for a specific target demographic that are into a specific hobby or a specific lifestyle? Identify what makes your brand and your products unique and desirable. So for example, when I'm brainstorming to come out with a new collection or a new product, I will keep in mind what my customer base that I already have, and this for you if you're just launching your candle business would be the customer base that you want to sell to, the people that you feel like are going to be your people. What would they like in a candle? What would they want in their home? What does their home look like? Where do they live? What do you think would be the best fit? And it honestly really helps if you're into that kind of style as well. I know personally I get very excited when I'm coming out with a new product and collection, and it just fuels the creative process even more when you're passionate about it. Also, as a small business owner that thrives off the creative process of coming up with different themes and collections and fragrance blends, I feel like connecting with my audience and my customer base on social media is really fun. I genuinely enjoy it. I enjoy talking to people, and through that you get to know your customers even better and what their likes and interests are, so you can better come out with these products that are going to absolutely blow them away or be the perfect fit for what they're looking for in a candle. And as you're planning to launch your collection or your candle company for the first time online, whether it be on a website or on Etsy or any other platform, it is a very smart idea to have somewhat of a niche so that you're easily discoverable in this big sea of the web of candle makers and candle businesses. It's definitely a kind of saturated industry, but I do believe there's a certain type of candle for every different person. You know, you can reach your people, so know your people, know who you want to sell to, and find them. The next thing that's really important to have put together before you start your candle business is a business plan. Even if it's a rough outline and you're really new to this and you're like, well, I don't know how to be a business owner yet, I'm just trying this out. This is something that you can do even in a notebook, kind of spread out what you think your marketing plan might be, your distribution channels are going to be, and get an idea of the pricing, the strategy, and the collections that you're going to come out with. Even if it's just your first candle collection, what I always do when I'm releasing a new collection is I will kind of make a little bit of a plan, whether it be in a notebook or in some kind of online document where I am listing the names, the ideas of the scent blends, the ideas of the fragrance oils I'm going to use. I'm logging what I tested, what worked, what didn't work for this collection. And I even have a whiteboard in my office where I can kind of check off like what I need to test next and what's ready to go as far as building up a collection. And you can do this for your first few products in your shop as well. Brand identity is something that's really important to have when you're thinking about launching an online-based business, especially because you're not able to walk into a physical brick and mortar as a customer of this business and kind of get the vibe, the atmosphere, and the whole idea of the brand. You have to be super, super strong with your brand identity, especially online. So have a really strong brand story that reflects your values and resonates with your target audience. This includes your company name, your logo, your packaging, and your overall aesthetic. So for example, so you can kind of better understand it, let's just say you want to start a candle business selling Halloween themed candles as a niche. And that's a pretty good niche. There's definitely a good amount of people, and it's not everyone, but there's a good group of people, especially online, that love Halloween all year round, myself included. So if you were to create a more spooky candle brand, you can definitely make it work for each season if you theme the candles or the scents properly to your niche and your theme. And that's kind of like your branding overall. Say for example, for your website, maybe you do like a Halloween themed website where there's more blacks and oranges and whites, and it's generally a more dark aesthetic. Or for your labels for these Halloween candles, you would do maybe like a black background on the label. Maybe there's images of something that has to do with Halloween or horror. And even in the summer, maybe you do like a Boo Ghoul Punch fruity scent so that the scent matches up with the season, but it's still falling into the category of Halloween. And that is how you can incorporate your overall brand identity into your products and help it be way more recognizable online. And there's a way to do this in a very, very more condensed way, I guess, like what I was saying for like everything is Halloween. But you can also find ways to sprinkle in different seasons and themes and collections that fall under the general brand identity. It really just depends on what you want to do. And this will help you stand out above the rest and help people recognize your products when they see them while they're scrolling or at a market in person, maybe a farmer's market, or even when you get into wholesaling. If that's something that you want to do in the future, it's something that someone will recognize on a shelf somewhere as your brand. If you're selling online, your online presence is going to need to be strong. So first of all, if you're gonna have a website where you're selling candles on, make sure you make it something that's easy to navigate, easy to find everything on, easy to read, and it's just generally something that people are going to be able to use without too many issues. I know there's a lot of troubleshooting with websites at first. I'm still going through learning how to add different apps to Shopify. Maybe if you're launching a new collection on your website, you can add a banner to the front page, the landing page, that is in relation to the new candles so the customers know there's some new products up, theme it, keep it fresh, switch things out, put new things in, maybe put an announcement bar on the top, letting them know some sort of update about a new product, a new collection, a sale. Having a strong online presence is really powerful in this day and age, and especially social media, which some love, some hate. It's a love-hate relationship personally for me because I do feel like it's a extremely powerful tool, and that's where I do most of my sales is online through social media. But you know, of course, social media has its downsides, as we all know, comparison and just the addictive qualities of it. But in general, having a strong online presence does mean connecting with your customers through social media as well, if that's something you choose to do, because of course there's plenty of really successful businesses that don't choose to show their face on social media or go heavy into the social media marketing, and they do really well with just local sales. So if that's your thing, then dive deep into those local markets and meet your community, and that could be really successful for you as well. But for online presence, I definitely would recommend learning a little bit more about Instagram Reels. If you are not too well versed in social media, Instagram Reels can help you reach new people other than just making a static picture post on your Instagram. At least right now, you will reach more new accounts by posting a reel compared to just a picture that typically just gets sent out to the people who are already following you. And I think it's really important to engage with your customers. I personally really enjoy it. A lot of my customers have kind of become my friends, which I don't know if that's great professional advice. It's just like kind of like what's been happening, because I have a lot of the same interest as the people who are following me and my customers, and honestly I'm really thankful for it and I love it, and I feel like the support is just something that is out of this world. Develop a way to let people know that something is coming. A brand new candle business is coming out into the world and they should know about it, or a new product is going to be launched soon and they're going to want to get their hands on it. So how are you going to tell them? This is going to be your marketing strategy. So whether you are collecting emails at a vendor event in person and sending out an email campaign to all of your existing customers about this new product or this new line, or you're starting a brand new business and you are maybe running some Facebook ads, you're doing some Instagram reels, you're posting some pictures of your product on an Instagram account or some videos on a TikTok account or something like that, you're gonna let people know that there's a brand new candle business coming, or a product or line of products that's new, that's coming to your business, to your existing customers. Now, this can seem really overwhelming at first, especially with the social media stuff, when you feel like it's a really big market and how am I going to stand out? But if you have, what I said earlier, a strong brand identity, you can really build a beautiful platform to display what is coming soon. You can also participate in a local market and let them know that this is going to be an exclusive release. You're only going to bring this new product here first, so come on over here in person if you're not someone that's super into online marketing, and grab this limited edition scent that's only going to be at this place on this day at this time. Or you can kind of dive into influencer marketing and do some good research on finding a influencer that aligns with your brand's identity, your values as a brand, and yourself as well, and see if they would be interested in posting about your candle to help promote the launch of your business or the launch of a line of products. When I know I'm going to be coming out with a new candle scent or a new collection, I love to build a lot of hype on social media. It's really fun for me, and I think it's also a really, it has shown to be very successful for me. So I wanted to share it with you. This specific strategy of kind of building up suspense and hype is something that you can do by posting different sneak peeks and pictures and behind the scenes of creating the product without releasing the full name of the product yet. Or maybe you do release exactly what the product is going to be, a picture of it, but it's not ready to buy yet. Create maybe a countdown, get some polls going in your Instagram stories, have people guess what it's going to be. All of that, like excitement building, really helps fuel people's desire for the product, especially when you're a small business. And to begin with, you can't really release a large quantity of this item because there's only a certain amount you can make, and you're starting off small and slow and making small batches of candles, let's just say, and there's only a limited amount, and that scarcity and the hype that builds up with it will really help sell your products. I love to tease out a new product launch. It is so fun for me. I love to connect with my customers, and I know that they also appreciate me posting a launch date. So that's something that you can do to get people prepared. So maybe if they're working, they know like, okay, at this time I need to kind of pop online and make sure I can grab a candle, because there's a lot of hype that builds around a launch, even if you're not doing it yourself and you have a good amount of people that are following you already. They will want to know what new thing you're releasing. If you have a lot of great supportive friends and family that want to purchase from you when you're first launching your candle business, it's something that I think is really great to have, is a launch date. So people know what's coming, when to look for it. It's kind of set in stone and they can mark their calendars. But before choosing a launch date and announcing a launch date for a new candle company or a new line of products, I think it would be very smart to make sure you have a shipping plan. Know how you're going to ship your items if you've never shipped them before. I plan on making a video on how I ship my candles, but knowing that you have enough shipping supplies on hand, not going to be scrambling during launch time when you're going to be getting some orders coming in, is really peace of mind and just smart in general to have a plan. You know, people are going to be able to punch their address in on their website and it's going to give them it's going to calculate the right shipping amount, or you've figured out your flat rate shipping option or free shipping option, whatever it may be, and factored it into the cost of everything. And it's all down and solid and you're ready to ship when you get those orders. Legal and administration tasks, such as having business insurance, is really important, especially when you're launching a new candle business. You do not want to go live without insurance. There are fires that are going into people's homes. Sometimes people fall asleep. You want to be covered just in case. So make sure you get that insurance, make sure it is activated and you're ready to go with that. Make sure you have every necessary permit that you need in your state to be selling online or selling in person, your LLC if you're going to get an LLC, and your tax information such as your EIN number. If you desire, during this time you can also look into trademarks before you even go live with launching your candle business. And make sure you pick out your social media handle and your website before everything is all set and ready to go, so that you can refer people to the social media to keep in touch and stay in the know of what's coming next. And it all has like an available name for you. That's something I guess you can think about when you're going into trademarks. Even if you don't choose the trademark, just make sure your name is available when you're registering your business, and it kind of aligns with the availability of the name on social media and on a domain name or whatever you may be using, Etsy username, so that you're not left with like, I have an underscore in my Instagram name and I really wish I didn't, but sometimes it happens. It's something that I definitely want to pass along as a little tip for you, is to kind of cross-check all the different domain names and usernames and all of that, so you can get the name that you want across all platforms for your brand. And one more thing as far as admin stuff goes is just knowing how you're going to keep track of your expenses and your income as it comes in, making sure you have a plan for that, whether it be QuickBooks or some spreadsheets if you're really good and organized with that. Know your plan for organizing that, because when it comes time to pay taxes, you're going to want to know what's going on. Another tip I have is to just have a very organized space if you can. Sometimes I come down to the line for a new collection launch and the studio is still a mess, and I feel like I don't work as effectively or as calmly as possible in those situations compared to when I take the time or have the time to organize everything, clean the studio, make sure everything is ready to go, so that you're able to work on packing orders and answer customer questions promptly when time to launch comes, and you're not distracted by a lot of the chaos around you and like half-finished candles all over the place and all of that. Organization is so key, but we don't always have time to do it. I just think it's something that you should keep in mind, and if you can, you should. By focusing on your brand identity, product quality, and marketing strategy, you'll increase your chances of success in a competitive industry. So if you want more tips on selling online, I have some other videos about this. I'll leave them somewhere on the screen over here. I have one about Etsy versus Shopify. I do get a lot of questions about where to start, and I think that's a really great video to watch if you are kind of still deciding and weighing the pros and the cons of which e-commerce platform you would like to launch your candle business on. If you like this video, you found it helpful, you want to see more videos, make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn notifications on, and give this video a thumbs up if you would like to support me, my business, my channel. I will also have the links to a lot of my favorite candle making tools and candle business tools down below in the description box if you are interested, as well as my own website and my social media. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another one very soon.